Yo, it is Wednesday, which means it is niche day. And today we're going to be diving into Mind Games, the house of Mind Games. Shout out to my good people, my friends over at Black Aroma Distribution, who were like, hey, you know, there's some relatively new fragrances that Mind Games put out, and I would definitely love to get your opinion and get your nose on it. So they sent me out this banging discovery set here. And yeah, you probably can't see it due to the lights or whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it and see what's popping. Yo, what's going on, party people, fat boy family? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another video. Listen, if you love clone fragrances, if you love designer fragrances, if you love niche fragrances, if you love all things fragrance, then you are in the right place. Again, I appreciate you coming through. Do me a favor. I'm not going to charge you anything to be here. Just simply hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But let's go ahead and get right into today's discussion. All right, so again, we're talking about Mind Games. Again, shout out to my good people over at Black Aroma. And so again, this is the discovery set. Like I said, we're going to be getting into Mind Games, beautiful discovery set. Now, you guys know I've kind of talked about Mind Games a lot in the past. Like, my favorite fragrance from them is French Defense. I also love Queening. Blockade is the one I really kind of, don't have a really good relationship with because of the way the green comes off. And that Jadot is another good one. And that's pretty much where it stops for me. I've sampled a good bit of the house. We've also sampled Mentor and Prodigy. We will revisit that at another time, but this one, we're going to be talking about Kingside and Queenside. If you've never gotten a discovery set from them, again, this is the nicer one. Like, you have the 4 here, and all of these are like 7.5 mLs or whatever. So this slides out, right? And then you have this nice little cover here that it shows you. Take that off. And then you have the set that is sitting right here, and hopefully none of this falls out. So you have the chest pieces, this nice little chest board, 4 fragrances, and then this is an actual carrying case, and you have the QR code there. Right, so let's go ahead. And again, I'm familiar with Mentor, familiar with Prodigy. Specifically, want to get our nose on Queenside and get our nose on Kingside. Now, one of the things I do love about niche perfumery is that when it comes to packaging, they definitely know how to package it. We always talk about the way Argos does their packaging or whatever, and it's amazing. Even from the sample kits, it's kind of like, hey, we want you to have the same experience and tell that story, even from there. Now, the weird thing with this is it was wrapped. And one thing I noticed with a lot of fragrances lately is I don't know if they're checking them or not, because they like come with like meals missing. And I'm looking at this Queen and like, I'm not sure how that's possible. There's not a leak. I don't smell anything or whatever. Nonetheless, we got enough to have an experience with it. So let's go ahead and get our nose on it. I'm going to start with Kingside because I am a king. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is what the actual sample looks like. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like, this gunmetal joint, like, it's cool. Like, I know some people is like a decant, bro. Like, you're not about to rave over a decant. I'm about to rave over everything. I'm a detail-oriented person. If you don't understand that, then you're not going to understand what I'm saying. But still, to be able to put even this much information, on a decant or a sampler, this is like 7.5 ml, so I can definitely get a couple of wearings out of this. Nonetheless, skin is clean. Let's go ahead, get this on skin. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, gracious. Ooh, okay. Definitely a fall banger. That thing pushes. That thing is strong. Like, I'm not even gonna smell my hand yet. I'm gonna give it time to kind of quote unquote cool down. But in the air, it's gourmand. That's probably why he sent it to me. Because you guys know I'm determined to be the gourmand king, but I am a huge fan of gourmand fragrances. So this is something that's going to be perfect for fall, perfect as we transition into cooler weather. I do not know what's in here. I'm not even going to look up the notes. I'm not even going to do it because I just want to really experience the fragrance. This is sampling. This is first impression. There's definitely pistachio here though. Like it's nutty, but like a cake type, cookie type nutty. There's pistachio in this fragrance. I know that for a fact. You get hit with it right out the gate. All right. But beautiful scent in the air. Smells like a bakery. So let's go ahead. Yeah, that's pistachio. Like super strong pistachio. Very nutty, very woody. Like that joint is strong. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this is something that's not gonna be for everybody. Now it's funny that this is Kingside. I wonder what Queenside smells like. Because you have queening, but I'm wondering what Queenside smells like. Because this is the most masculine unisex fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. The reason I say that is because the first thing I think of is like K Ali, like the Yum pistachio joint. That's the first reference that I have. It gives me vibes of that. But you know how Lattafa came out with their version? And that was strong. Like this is super strong. There's got to be some citrus in here as well. It's not lemon. It's not lemon. It's something zingy. It's something sharp. So not ginger. It's either bergamot. Nah, bergamot has a very. It's either bergamot or grapefruit. Maybe ginger. No, that's not ginger. It's either bergamot or grapefruit. It's one of the two. My nose, I'm telling y'all, man, it's getting better. It's getting better, but it's either bergamot or it's grapefruit. This is dark, and because it's nutty and it's woody, I'm gonna lean towards the bergamot. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm gonna lean towards the bergamot. But now we're starting to settle. So that opening, crazy work. Crazy work. It's starting to settle and it's like, okay, now we can breathe. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, those first couple of minutes were a little bit overwhelming. Even for me, and I'm a gourmand lover. So as it starts to work its way through, there's something else here. There's some type of floral or something here. I don't know exactly what it is, like, because it's starting to change. It's starting to evolve. There's some type of floral aspect here. I don't know exactly what kind of floral. Not a rose. Not a rose. Not a yellow. Not something like them yin yang twins, them ylang lang. Not tuberose. Maybe some white floral. Could be. Nah. It's some type of white floral. Some type of white floral. It's got a white petal. And I'm pretty sure there's probably amber in here. So that's what I'm getting on the opening with that. I know these videos can go pretty long, so I'm gonna set this to the side, this hand to the side, and let's go ahead and get queening on this hand. So again, like I said, we got a couple of sprays missing, which is super, super, super weird, but that's queening. All right, so you can see that there. We're gonna get that on the right hand. 2 sprays. Okay. Floral. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The oil in these is crazy. Are these extrait? It gotta be extrait. Yeah, extrait de parfum. The oil concentration, about choked me out. Same thing over here. Definitely floral. I do feel like I've smelled this before. I'm gonna tell you what this smells like, and because I bought it as a gift for my sister, she can verify this if she's watching. This gives me Mon Perry vibes. Yeah. This gives me, I bought my sister a bottle of Mon Perry YSL. And that's what this reminds me of slightly. This is, the florals here are different. Like Mon Perry is a little bit sweeter. This is not as sweet. You know how you feel like you know like what's here because you've gotten used to smelling certain things? Fruity. I don't know what the fruit is. Fruity, floral, sweet, juicy. Maybe, I'm about to say kumquat. I'm getting like this cross between pear and raspberry. Because, you know, pear can be sweet, but pear can kind of give off this slight earthiness, like the slightest bit of earthiness. Think of, because pear's in Blue Talisman. So I think this is actually a good reference. Pear gives off the slight earthiness, but then raspberry gives off this tartness. So when you combine those things together and you mix it with the florals here that are going on, that's kind of what I get. But this is definitely feminine leaning. So Kingside Queenside. This is weird. I wouldn't expect these two to go together like a his and her. Okay, if I go back, maybe I'm wrong on that, because even though it opened up with a lot of the pistachio, it's cooling down. It's starting to get cooler, but there's like this woodiness and balsamic nature to it. So maybe this is a perfect pairing. I wouldn't think so from the opening, because it's like, that's weird, you know, for a man to want to wear. But I'm saying if it's in fall, then yes. But this one is kind of like spring. This is definitely, this smells like spring. Like this is something you'd probably wear to if you're going to a party, a tea party, a wedding, some type of spring event. This is what a female would wear in the springtime. This one, not so much. Fall, winter, you got this nice balsamic nature that's coming through. I don't get any oud or anything like that. So it's different. It has some character. It's kind of like gourmand, pull you in. You smell different. Like I'm getting like this cookie, this cake that's coming from the pistachio, but it's starting to get dry. Not in a bad way. Slightly woody, slightly earthy, still carrying some of that level of sweetness and character there, but it like gets balsamic. I am gonna pull up the, I lied. I'm gonna pull up the notes. I might not put them on screen, but I'm gonna pull up the notes because I want to see what's in these. And like I said, this is either like pear, what's a fruit that's like pear and raspberry together? Whatever that is, that's what I get from this. Now, here's the real thing before I pull up the notes. Mind games are typically expensive. I don't think these are worth the price. There is not some see, this is where we get into the problem with niche, and this is why I have this playlist, and this is why, like, I'm a fragrance head. I'm not a clone head, designer head, niche head. I'm a fragrance head, and what I like, I like. What I love. What I don't like, I don't like. And regardless of whether somebody sent something to me, it's not going to dictate my opinion on it. They're good, but they're not like, because I'm pretty sure these cost at least $400. If I know and they were newer releases, I can't talk. So they might be really up there, because I remember when Mentor and Prodigy came out, they were super expensive. To go Mentor and Prodigy to go from that to this, I want to be careful. I don't want to say step back, but there's definitely a different direction. I don't know if the brand is taking a different direction or what, but now this smells great. Like on a female, this would be love. But again, like I said, I got an immediate like, yo, I've smelled this before. Like I bought this for my sister as a gift. It smells like Mon Prix. Like Mon Prix is definitely there. I can't sit here and tell you that's where they took their inspiration from, but I like to do this series because I like to keep it 100 with y'all, you know, so I can't sit here and tell you the price is justified. There are some other ones I would tell you the price is justified, you know, but this is not personally. I can't justify the price with this. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's not good. And so I'm not going to be one of those. You guys know how I am. I'm a fat kid at heart. I'm a fat kid in real life. Two things I'm not going to lie about. I'm never going to lie about a fragrance, and I'm never going to lie about a food. I'm not going to lie about my experiences with those things. These are cool. These are good. Worth the price? No, not even close. Like, this is a dope gourmand. Has some balsamic, distinct character, woody nature to it that it's like, okay. But it doesn't really give me, like, I'm not going to say it doesn't give me niche. It definitely doesn't give me designer. I'm not going to say the whole Latafa thing with the whole pistachio. It's different. It's different. It's different. But it's like, just because you put wood grain floors in an apartment don't mean you can charge $3,000 for it. That's what people be doing. That's how I feel about this. This over here, this to me is more niche. Kingside is more niche than Queenside. If I got to draw, because yeah, this is taking way too long, especially for a first impression. But you guys know I usually spend time with this, and I still want to see what's in here. Kingside is the more niche fragrance. Queenside, Mindgames is just trying to make some money. Unless this is going to change, which is the difficulty with doing these type of things. And I know you guys have talked about, hey, Walt, maybe you should wear it, come back to it, this, that, and the third, whatever. Yeah, that doesn't, it works for me sometimes. It's not going to work for me today. So I will revisit. That's the one thing I promise you guys. We will definitely revisit this. But unless this is going to change, unless Queenside is going to change within the next hour, this is designer. Like, this is definitely designer. There's nothing quote unquote niche that I get about this. Kingside, it's like this balsamic pistachio. There's something in the background that's giving it this. Maybe it's the balsamic, whatever note they're using to get the balsamic. I keep saying balsamic, but that balsamic nature, that balsamic feel, that balsamic accord, whatever they're using specifically of that is giving off like vapor. Because you have the pistachio, you have the wood and this balsamic character accord here, but in the background there's this vapor. I don't want you to think Vicks vapor, but there's a vapor here, if you can kind of understand what I mean. Because it has this cooling, like there's a cooling sensation. Like when you sniff it, there's a cooling. So I repent, maybe this is more niche. Well, I did say this is niche. I still don't think it's worth the money, but this is definitely more niche. Kingside is definitely niche. Queenside is just an expensive designer. Let me look up real quick. Let's see. Mindgames Kingside. Let's look up Kingside first. I'm going to go to Mindgames website just to see. What the notes are. So they said the two key ingredients in Kingside are tonka bean and Peru balsam. So I definitely was getting that balsamic nature. Okay. There's a grapefruit zest. Let me look up what the actual, because I'm trying to read through. So in the top, creamy pistachio, cardamom, and grapefruit zest. So I was leaning on the bergamot. We definitely got the pistachio right. The bergamot, boom, okay. Middle, hazelnut flower. So that's where that added nuttiness comes from. Amber rum. I don't get really a rum feel there. And peony petals. I told you there was some type of floral there. But peony is a pink floral, if I'm not mistaken. Or there can be white peonies. I don't know. Dry down, tonka bean, almond milk, and Peru. So maybe the almond milk is what was giving that vapor, because your almond can have this cooling effect. See? We get nice with it. We get nice with it. And let me see, just for visual purposes, I'll just show you the one from Mind Games. Yeah, we won't worry about trying to look at Fragrantica. And then let's look at pushing it. Queenside. Let's look at what's in Queenside. So in the top, we got cassis, lychee, and pear. See? Lychee and pear. In the middle, we got geranium, lily of the valley, and violet. And then in the dry down, we got patchouli, oak moss, and musk. Yeah, I get the musk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. There's nothing here that is overwhelming like, ooh, this is worth the niche. Now I could see, like I said, floral, fruity fragrance. I could definitely see females wearing that. I could see a couple of guys maybe trying to pull that off, but Kingside is the more niche of the two. Queenside smells the best. I know I look crazy doing that. They're cool. Not worth the price though. Not worth the price. Nah, not worth the price. Not worth the price. But don't take my word for it. Get your own nose on it. Get your own nose on it. You can order samples of these directly from $15 samples directly from Mind Games website. So, and you guys, y'all know how to shop. So if I see it anywhere else, I'll post it there too. You know, most of my samples I get from Scent Split. But yeah, $15, you can get a 2 mil. You know what I'm saying? If you want this discovery set, it also has Mentor and Prodigy in it. This discovery set is this one. Is $185. So that's not bad. Like I said, it's cool. You get the 4 fragrances, you get Mentor, you get Prodigy, and then you get the wait, these are diffusers? So the chest pieces are like diffusers. I'm gonna have to see it. Ceramic diffusers. I'm gonna have to see what that is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what that is. They're actually diffusers. Yeah. So Kingside, Queenside, Prodigy, Mentor, the chest pieces, and then the carrying case. So we're gonna spend some more time with it because y'all been talking way too long, and then we're gonna report back. Nonetheless, holla at your boy. Let me know. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But let me know, have you smelled these? Or do you think it's worth getting your nose on? Have you purchased them? Do you have it? Is it something you're looking at purchasing? What other Mind Games fragrances do you like? Let me know that all down in the comments. But until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.